Welcome to Module 1 or Lecture 1 in AI Engineering, DVAE 26. This is part 1. In this module, we will talk about an introduction to software engineering and also AI engineering and what we mean by this intersection between software engineering and AI. So first of all, I'd like to start with the idea of software 1.0 and 2.0. So this idea, you can see this idea recently in many books. First of all, the software 1.0 is the classical stack of software 1.0, which is the software that we know. You have input and you have instructions, and then you have some computation based on this function or instruction like for loop or while loop or some other things. And then based on this input and computation, you get the result. So this is like a language written in Python or Java or whatever. This is the classical stack, which is 1.0. So based on this software 1.0, there was and there is still the software engineering. The software engineering concepts are very important concepts. Software engineering in general is the process of designing and building and testing and maintaining a software system. So it's basically the concept of taking the requirement, putting this requirement into some specification, software specification document, pass it to the design team, and the design team will design the software based on the architecture or other techniques, and then you code. And when you write the code based on software Z 1.0, you go for the testing, and there are many techniques like unit testing, whatever, and then you integrate the system, different modules of the system, and then that is the system, and you release it. If you want to change something, then that is the maintenance, and you maintain the system as the customer want or as you want. So you can see that the software development activities are many activities. There are many actors. So there are specification, review, design document, feedbacks, customer surveys, many things. It's not just the code. And all these are activities going through the development process, and that is basically the engineering process of this product, which is the final product, which is a software release. So you can see many actors: software engineers, designers, testers, interacting to each other to develop this code. The software development lifecycle also we have in software engineering is the process that you follow to develop the software. So basically you have planning, and during this planning, you define the project scope and whatever, and then you do the analysis, gathering the document, you write the document, you write the requirement document, and as we said, you give it to the design, and then implementation and testing. And nowadays you have large software, so you put the software into cloud or other servers, and you deploy it basically. And then when you deploy this, you need to maintain it. So there are many phases. Classically, you have waterfall process model, which is the sequential one. You go through these steps one by one after the other. But also we have the newest one, which is the agile one, the agile development process, which is the flexible, iterative. You come back every time you have some change, and you do the change very fast, and you go through these steps many times during a day or a few days and weeks. Also, we have this concept of agile and waterfall is a combination of the development and the IT operations. You do a lot of these steps automatically, so the automation is there. And nowadays we have the concept of software 2.0, which is about to optimize and to find the program through optimization. So it means that you direct the program, although you write simple code, but this simple code doesn't mean a very complex code. You just want to direct the optimization process, which is you have the data and you have the data, we call it the training data, of course, and then you do a lot of computation, and then you develop a model, and this model will give the output. So it is totally different concepts. You don't have instructions to the program. If you have this concept, this input, you do this output. However, you teach the program, which is the internally is the software, but you don't know how this software going on and how this software will be developed, because you just direct it and it will come out based on the data and optimization process. So this is the idea of software 2.0 approach. Larger portion of real world problem nowadays is being solved by 2.0, which is the machine learning and AI. In 2.0, programmers manually curate, maintain, and then clean the labeling data and so on. So the data is the central point. The programmer in 1.0 maintain the surrounding tools, analytics, visualization, labeling, and so on. So you can see that we are moving toward the 1.0 from 2.0 software engineering. Basically, the software engineers are becoming data scientists. So there is some intersection here between data science and software engineering. The concepts of software engineering to a large extent is applied to 2.0 also, but there are a lot of intersection and a lot of let's say automation. We cannot replace the software development. Software development is there, but you have a kind of a shift in the paradigm that we were focusing on before. We can automate a lot of concepts, a lot of steps, but we can assist the software developer to be better, for example, faster and efficient, productive.